Hi, I'm TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast, and I ask that you like, share, and comment on this video. Thanks for watching. All I gotta say is, who dat?
Hey, don't let these tears fool you. There's all dog around this mug. I'm good.
Hey, what's going on, Who Dat Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones. And yes, I am the host of the State of the Saints podcast. Thank you so much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast, where we talk New Orleans Saints. Really do appreciate your time. On this edition, we're going to be talking about day number 2 of Saints Minicamp. Day 1 left us with a lot of storylines for us to talk about. Marshawn Lattimore returning, Alvin Kamara returning. These guys didn't take part in OTAs. Taysom Hill is another player that didn't take part. But you have full participation for this mini camp. And this is exciting because you don't have to worry about, guys holding out, guys being disgruntled, guys being unhappy about the situation. Some of the things that took place last season, that kind of affected the team early. All the guys showed up, and that's something that you want. It was a little bit more of a verbal practice, a lot of, back and forth banter from the players. There was some 2-minute drills that were taking place. There was some excitement that involved Chris Olave, which we're going to get to in a few minutes. But the first storyline is, Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas, there's some video of him actually, playing his foot, really showing some movement, showing some explosiveness, and that's exciting because nobody really expected Michael Thomas to be here at this time. All reports indicated that he was going to show up to Saints, Saints training camp. And, people were concerned about the toe. They were concerned about the ankle injury that he was still dealing with. And people weren't sure what Mike T was going to show up, but now Michael Thomas is there. Now he's not taking part in all of the activities that involve practice, but he is off to the side, and there are some things that he is doing. I think that this is huge because the earlier he can get back in which he has, he can develop that chemistry with Derek Carr. And Derek Carr is trying to develop chemistry with other guys as well. He's trying to develop that chemistry with Alvin Kamara, who is back now. There were some plays that stood out today. The wheel route that led to, a score that, was the play of the day, according to many reporters that were out there. The 62-yard touchdown that Chris Olave caught on Alontae Taylor. That was pretty exciting. Alontae Taylor made up for that, giving up on that big play, a pick six to end practice. So guys are competing, and this is what you want. You want the competitive nature. You want the banter, the back and forth. You want your guys to be a cohesive unit, of course, but at the same time, you still want these guys to go out here and compete, and that's exactly what they've been doing. They have been competing at a high level. Coach Dennis Allen talked a little bit about Cam Jordan not being at practice today. Has nothing to do with the injury that he sustained. Cam Jordan is a little bit up there in age. There's a lot of, games that were played, a lot of battles in the trenches. So, it was just a day for him to take off, and I think it's well-deserved. As guys start to get older and become, veterans, they got to, kind of be mindful. I'm talking coaches as well as them about their bodies and them being able to hold up and be able to withstand entire season. Now, we all give Cam Jordan a lot of credit for being that Iron Man that he always seems to be. He's always a guy that you can constantly count on, game in, game out, to be available for you no matter the situation. So with that, I'm excited to know that Cam Jordan is just taking the day off and not anything serious. There were some plays that stood out. There was some video that came. Jake Hayner threw a pass to Brian Edwards, little one hand snag. A.T. Perry, the rookie out of Wake Forest, with the toe drag swag. I mean, there was so much footage that was going around. You can tell the individuals that were out there were extremely excited about being there and being able to cover the team. Defensively, the defense kind of took a step back in day two. They were the better of the halves in day one, but the offense stepped up. And when you're starting to hear things about Alvin Kamara, being able to get on the same page with Derek Carr, and watching some of the passes to Alvin Kamara from Derek Carr, you tend to remember how special Alvin Kamara is with the ball in his hands. Derek Carr talked about Alvin Kamara and how special he is as a player, and how it's one thing to watch him on film, but it's another thing to actually see him in person. And he kind of jokingly said he was off to the side, looking at Alvin Kamara, and joke with rookie quarterback Jake Hayner, saying what he's doing isn't normal. And it's not. Alvin Kamara is, a running back. He can be a receiver for you. We know that there were several plays that he's made throughout the course of his career. You wonder to yourself, is this guy really a running back, or is he a wide receiver or something like that? So I'm excited to see Alvin Kamara, and being able to get back to being that pass catching / running back, running between the tackles that he's been, and that has given us so much joy and so many great moments as onlookers and fans of the New Orleans Saints. But I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen on day 3. I'm wondering what type of installment they're going to be trying to do there, or some type of situational football that's going to be taking place. This is the time to get all those things corrected. This is the time to develop chemistry, and this is the time for guys to try to figure it out, and also be able to jock for position, because I like the competitive aspect of what the Saints are trying to do, having guys compete, having even the player that is so sure that they're going to not have their spot taken. Even that guy has to step it up just a little bit. I mean, even with Michael Thomas, I mean, you're watching a guy that you are mentoring, and Chris Olave stepping up. Chris Olave, he's starting to look the part. He gained a little bit of muscle. He gained a little bit of weight. He's working on little small things that kind of, was alarming last season, right? Some of the contested catches that he didn't come down with, getting yards after the catch. So those are some of the things that Chris Olave has been working on. And also there was an article that was put out on NFL.com about Chris Olave, him saying that he wants to be the best. And that's what you want to hear. You don't want to hear, I want to be the best number 2 or the best number 3 or the best player, that I can possibly be. You're saying that you want to be the best. And when you're hearing something like that from a guy like Chris Olave, it's extremely exciting to know, to know that this guy is taking this thing serious. And if you look at over the course of the last few years with Michael Thomas, you don't know exactly if this guy can hold up. And I'm not saying that as a knock or a slight. This has nothing to do with Michael Thomas' ability and talent. We all know that he's talented, but he has to show that he can, withstand the entire season. And if he can't, then you need Chris Olave to be able to capitalize on the season that he had last year, going over 1,000 yards, having over 70 receptions, 4 touchdowns. You want him to be able to build on that. But all positive reports are that Chris Olave is starting to step up and be that guy that the Saints need him to be offensively. So many different positions that aren't filled, that aren't solidified. Guys have opportunities to be able to, make their mark. Smoke Monday took some first team reps. I know a lot of members of the Who Dat Nation are excited about that. Everybody wanted to see Smoke Monday since last season, the energy that he brung, the you know, the I won't say the arrogance, but the cockiness, the confidence that he has in himself. You know, people want to see that on the field. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Smoke Monday is going to be able to do, as well as the rest of the secondary. You know, I want to see what Alontae Taylor is going to be able to do. Like I mentioned, he got that pick six at the end of practice. So, you know, that's something that you can actually build on. You know, it was, you know, up and down. Of course, he gave up that big play to Chris Olave, but this is a time that you want to get those things corrected so you won't have to deal with it in the regular season. But I would love to hear from you. What do you all think about the Saints second day of minicamp? What are you looking forward to day 3? What stood out to you based on the information that was given to you? Comment down below, like and share this video. This has been the State of the Saints podcast. Previous episodes available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Anchor FM. Also, follow me on Twitter at TJAYJones8 and check out the Gumbo Pod Sports Podcast and the Gumbo Pod Sports page on our website, gumbopodsports.com. Till next time, all I got to say is